evening, y'all. Welcome to the 10th day of the 12 days of vlogmas. If you guys saw earlier the relief that passed through my body when today's vlog exported successfully, it was tangible. Oh my god, I have never been so relieved in my entire life. But today we have quite a few things to do. I would like to film the last sit down video for the 12 days of vlogmas, which is going to be a tier ranking of all the books I read this year, so far at least. And then we have to pick my father-in-law up from the airport today, which is quite a bit of distance for us because we have to drive all the way down to BWI, which is like an hour and a half depending on traffic. And then we're going to have dinner with him and my sister-in-law and her boyfriend, and that should be really fun. But I was thinking maybe I would edit while we're on our way to the airport to save some time, and yeah, it should be a fun day. I ended up not going to bed till like after midnight last night because I wanted to finish editing the vlog for today. And then I woke up at like 7, looked at the clock, and I literally felt like it was still like 3 a.m. with the way I felt tired. So I went back to bed and I woke up at 8, which is later than I would typically like. I normally like to wake up around like 7, 6-ish. But granted, I honestly think I really need the sleep. So I just kind of gave in to that. There's not much more for me to say right now. So I'm gonna go and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Sorry, before I go, I just wanted to show you guys my dog right now because he's just absolutely darling. Reese. Reese. He's so cute. Such a handsome little fella. He's my bestie, in case. I'm pretty sure, like, almost to the day, it's been 6 months we've had him in our house. And I honestly think it was one of the best decisions we ever made, because not only is he absolutely precious to me and my husband, but having him here has made our other dog, who is, I would say she's a pretty lazy dog and likes to like rest a lot, he's made her so much more playful and given her so much more exercise by playing with her. And I'm just so thankful that we have him as a part of our little family now. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you guys later, and probably when I'm getting ready to film the sit down video. Okay, just turned this space heater off, and now it is time to do my makeup for the video I have to film. I think I discussed it in my last vlog, but I do a different kind of makeup when I'm just filming a video. But I think I'm gonna do like my full makeup today because, as I said earlier, we're going to pick up my father-in-law from the airport and then going out to dinner later. So I think I'm gonna do my full makeup. And then some other really fun news. Picture this. I'm waking my husband up, and as we're just laying in bed while he's like chilling on his phone and we're just talking, he gets an email from his base saying that there's a new deployment in April. and he instantly looks at me and is like, can I do this? And I'm like, yeah, do whatever you'd like, because ultimately it is his career. So now Everett is going on a deployment for like 7 months this upcoming year, which is super fun and doesn't make me at all sad. So that's some super, super fun news. Merry Christmas to me. While I do my makeup, I think I want to talk with you guys about my goals for this upcoming year. So, first off, I know most of my goals are going to be like health and fitness related, because in the past couple months I've really been getting into running and eating whole foods and just healthy lifestyle kind of stuff, and I definitely want to keep that going. I'd like to try to run at least like 3 times a week with at least 2 days of lifting a week. And then I'd like to try to wake up within the 6 to 7 hour window in the morning, because I genuinely feel so much better when I wake up earlier, because I feel like I have time to plan my day thoroughly and all that kind of stuff. I also really like, this is probably the most important, I think. I really need to start budgeting better, because I consistently feel like I don't know where my paycheck went when I just buy like a bunch of small unnecessary things instead of just buying what I need on my grocery list. And so I really would like to budget my money better and like go through it weekly, monthly, making sure that I'm sticking to it. This next one will definitely be easy, because when my husband isn't home, I do this way less, but I want to stop eating out so much, because with the whole healthy eating thing, restaurants and just places in general, I feel like anywhere you can go out to eat, there is so much additional in that food. Like, I'll be looking at a menu, and especially menus that like show the calories of their food. I'll be looking at a menu and it will say like 500 odd calories for this meal, and it just confuses me so much, because I know I could make the exact same meal at my house and it would only be like 200, like anywhere from 200 to 400 calories. Meanwhile, theirs is like over 1,000 calories, and I'm like, where is that coming from? Are you just putting an insane amount of oil in your food? Like, what's going on here? Because it's definitely not normal. Again, this is like fairly a new habit, so I definitely would just like to keep it up. I really want to start journaling more, with me journaling at least once a day. That's like a really high goal, but I really want to try to do that, because journaling makes me feel so much better. Like, it gets all my thoughts out. It helps me stop overthinking. Like, personally, I overthink a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure I have an anxious attachment style is what it's called, I think. And with that comes like constantly overthinking about stuff, about what I said, about how someone else is acting. I overthink to the point of making myself crazy sometimes. And I feel like when I write down what it is that's in my head, it almost gets the thought out of my head, and then I don't spiral out as much, I think. I don't know. That's just me though. Obviously, everyone has their own relationship with journaling and everything like that. Along with journaling, I also really want to make sure I plan my day every morning. And I've been like really good about this now. I've been doing it almost consistently for the past like month and a half. And I don't do it every day yet, but I do it like at like 6 out of the 7 days of the week usually. And so I definitely want to just like keep that up. And then another goal that's like maybe a little bit more personal is that I really would like to work with myself to keep my boundaries consistent and not let someone cross them, because I'm a very, I don't want to say I'm a passive person, but I would say like relatively I'm a passive person, and I really want to work with myself to no longer be like that, because if someone crosses a boundary I've put in place, I usually don't say anything. I just get like really upset about it internally. I want to stop doing that and just like make it clear that this boundary is there, and I don't really want them to do that. Like that literally happened yesterday, that someone crossed a boundary I previously set. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, reading goals. Let's talk about that. This year I read exceedingly less than last year. Like 30 books. 30 or 40 books less than I read last year. And a huge part of that was my massive reading slump that I went through in the summer, where I didn't read a single book for like 3.5 months, which just like put me in such a bad space mentally. I was doing so bad then, because books just help me so much deal with life almost, because of the escapism and relaxation they give me. And so I definitely want to try my best to stay out of a reading slump. And I mean, I know for a fact that if my husband isn't going to be here for like 7-8 months, I'm probably going to be reading up a storm. Either that, or I will exercise and be at the gym so incredibly often. Because those, I would say, are my two biggest, like, I don't want to say distractions, but they both provide me with a certain level of escapism, because I feel like when I'm at the gym, I don't think about anything else really. And again, when I'm reading, don't really think about anything else but what I'm reading. And those are just kind of like my happy places, especially when I'm running. If I am running, there's literally nothing else I'm thinking about, because all I'm thinking about is trying to get through the run. But I think I'm gonna set a goal of like 75 books, because it's not a unreasonable goal for me by any means. Like, the way I was reading at the beginning of this year, it looked like I was going to read like 120 books this year, because I was reading about 10 books a month. And so I could easily pass 75 books, but I want to give myself grace, kind of, especially now that I've gained so many new hobbies this year, to just do what I've done this year and read a little bit less. And then for my channel, along with reading, I really want to try to read deeper books this year. Like, I saw Steph talking about this in one of her most recent vlogmas videos, where she was talking about like bringing back slow burn and yearning and all that stuff in romance books. And I really want to try to read deeper books this upcoming year. And what I mean by that is romance books have not hit the same way recently, and I largely do think it's due to Pride and Prejudice just completely altering my mindset and my belief in what a romance book should be. But the like palette cleanser books and just like light romances have not been hitting for me, and like they've been enjoyable, but I want something deeper. I want a true romance book that hits my soul. And I feel like I've been finding those kinds of loves and the deepness that I want within a story more in fantasy. So I honestly think I may start to lean more into the fantasy genre in 2025. I don't know. These are just the thoughts I'm having. I'm honestly really proud with how my makeup looks today. I really like it. Okay, now that my makeup is done, all but my lips. And if you're wondering what I've been using on my lips lately, it is Clinique's Black Honey, and I've been loving it so much. I think it looks so good on me. It is the perfect coverage and like darkness to it for me. Okay, I'm gonna film the video and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Hey guys, I just finished filming the tier ranking video. It went really well, I think. I just wanted to touch on this briefly because it's weirdly a struggle for me today. So last night I was getting really aggravated at myself because I kept on doom scrolling for no reason at all, and so I deleted TikTok off my phone, and I'm very glad with that decision, but it's a much greater struggle than I thought it would be. Like, I have at least 5 times today went to go on TikTok and realized I didn't have it and kind of got pissed at myself for deleting it. But I'm not going to download it. I definitely have no reason to be scrolling. It would just be pointless, and I don't really want to do anything if it's pointless. So I'm going to get to doing stuff around the house before we have to leave and pick up my father-in-law from the airport, and I will see you guys in a bit. It is about like 50-ish minutes before we have to leave to pick up my father-in-law from the airport. So I think I'm going to start editing the sit-down video I just filmed, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, so it is now like 9 o'clock at night, and we are just getting back from dinner. Let's talk, shall we? We leave for BWI at 2. His flight gets in at 2:50. We're thinking we're fine with timing and everything. The traffic was horrendous, and I should have been more prepared, granted, but it was just so much worse than what I thought it was going to be, and it was just so bad. But the stars kind of aligned because we ended up getting there right after he like actually got off the plane rather than when they land. And then we leave the airport to go to the restaurant we're supposed to be having dinner at. And it has us getting there so much later than what we were thinking because, again, the Christmas traffic. I was just flabbergasted by how bad it was. And then I was also flabbergasted by the amount of horrible drivers on the road. Like, maybe it's just the holidays and it just brings that out in people, but I can't believe that that is true because my husband was driving fine the entire time. So like, what's wrong with you that you're driving like that right now? And it was just so absurd. And then while we were at dinner, we had to wait like 40 minutes for a table at this restaurant. And I'm gonna complain about something that's so stupid and it's entirely my own fault, but I saw short rib on the menu, okay? And in my head, I'm thinking it's an entirely different thing. I'm thinking it's a meal I love called spare ribs. Obviously it wasn't, and I was super disappointed with my meal. And it just kind of sucked. Along with that, I feel like maybe it's because I'm on my period. I don't really know. But my social battery was done so much earlier than it normally is. Like, by the time I got to like 7:30, I was like, okay, like, I mean, I didn't say this. I was just tapped out. I was tired. I knew I needed to come home and edit. I wanted to go home. So, I don't know. But I mean, it was obviously wonderful to see my father-in-law. Nothing of what I'm saying has anything to do with him. He is a delightful man and like one of my favorite people in the world. Just all of the stars aligned for this to not be a great night for me. And then it just kind of really hit me tonight at dinner that it really looks like my husband is going to deploy again, and ultimately it's his decision. I'll always support him in whatever he wants to do because it's his career, but it just kind of sucks because I mean that's going to be a significant amount of time where I won't be with my husband. And like, he's my husband, he's my favorite person in the world, he's my best friend. It sucks if I don't get to see him for like 7-8 months out of the year. So that's just kind of where I'm at with it. Kind of brings a little bit of a damper to the holiday season, but I mean, it is what it is. If I get upset about it, I'd be a shitty wife because I'm not supporting him in his decision, but sometimes it just kind of sucks. I'm gonna do the rest of my skincare and edit this video, so I think I'm going to end this video here. If you guys stayed until this point in the video, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you are all having an absolutely wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you guys in my next 12 days of vlogmas video tomorrow. Bye guys.